Hmm.
Good morning and welcome to the Black Mesa Transit System. This automated train is provided for the security and convenience of the Black Mesa. The time is 8:47 a.m. Current topside temperature is 93 degrees, with an estimated high of 105. The Black Mesa compound is maintained. This train is inbound from Level 3 dormitories to Sector C test labs and control facilities. If your intended destination is a high security area beyond Sector C, you will need to return to the Central Transit Hub in Area 9 and board a high security train. If you have not yet submitted your identity to the retinal clearance system, you must report to Black Mesa personnel for processing before you will be permitted into the high security branch of the transit system. Due to the high toxicity of material routinely handled in the Black Mesa compound, no smoking, eating, or drinking are permitted within the Black Mesa transit system. Please keep your limbs inside the train at all times. Do not attempt to open the doors until the train has come to a complete halt at the station platform. In the event of an emergency, passengers are to remain seated and await further instruction. If it is necessary to exit the train, disabled personnel should be evacuated first. Please stay away from electrified rails and proceed to an emergency station until assistance arrives. A reminder that the Black Mesa Hazard Course Decathlon will commence this evening at 1900 hours in the Level 3 facility. The semifinals for high security personnel will be announced in a separate secure access transmission. Remember, more lives than your own may depend on your fitness. Do you have a friend or relative who would make a valuable addition to the Black Mesa team? Immediate openings are available in the areas of materials handling and low clearance security. Please contact Black Mesa personnel for further information. If you have an associate with a background in the areas of theoretical physics, biotechnology, or other high-tech disciplines, please contact our Civilian Recruitment Division. The Black Mesa Research Facility is an equal opportunity employer. A reminder to all Black Mesa personnel. Regular radiation and biohazard screenings are a requirement of continued employment in the Black Mesa Research Facility. Missing a scheduled urinalysis or radiation checkup is grounds for immediate termination. If you feel you have been exposed to radioactive or other hazardous materials in the course of your duties, contact your radiation safety officer immediately. Work safe. Work smart. Your future depends on it. Now arriving at Sector C test labs and control facilities. Please stand back from the automated door and wait for the security officer to verify your identity. Before exiting the train, be sure to check your area for personal belongings. Thank you, and have a very safe and productive day.
Morning, Mr. Freeman. Looks like you're running late. Hey, Mr. Freeman. I had a bunch of messages for you, but we had a system crash about 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files. Just one of those days.
My
Hey,
God, what
stop
are you
that.
doing? Freeman? My God, what are you doing? Ah, it's good to see you. Greetings.
Welcome to the HEV Mark IV protective system for use in hazardous environment conditions. High impact reactive armor activated. Atmospheric contaminant sensors activated. Vital sign monitoring activated. Automatic medical systems engaged. Defensive weapon selection system activated. Munition level monitoring activated. Communications interface online. Have a very safe day.
Most of the simulation results are perfectly acceptable, you know.
Go right on
Greetings.
through, sir. Looks like you're in the barrel today.
Yes, this all looks nominal.
Detention report heavy security violation to administration sub level 1.
Ah, hello, Gordon Freeman. It's good to see you. Hello. Excuse me, Gordon, but I'm rather busy now.
later.
Hello there. Ah, Gordon, here you are. We just sent the sample down to the test chamber.
We've boosted the anti-mass spectrometer to 105%. Bit of a gamble, but we need the extra resolution.
The administrator is very concerned that we get a conclusive analysis of today's sample. I gather they went to some lengths to get it.
They're waiting for you, Gordon, in the test chamber. It's about to go critical.
What the hell is going on with our equipment?
It wasn't meant to do this in the first place.
I'm afraid we'll be deviating a bit from standard analysis procedures today, Gordon.
Yes, but with good reason. This is a rare opportunity for us. This is the purest sample we've seen yet.
And, potentially, the most unstable.
Now, if you follow standard insertion procedures, everything will be fine.
I don't know how you can say that, although I will admit that the possibility of a resonance cascade scenario is extremely unlikely.
Gordon doesn't need to hear all this. He's a highly trained professional. We've assured the administrator that nothing will go wrong.
Ah, yes, you're right. Gordon, we have complete confidence in you.
Well, go ahead. Let's let him in now.
Testing? Testing?
Major fracture
Everything
detected.
seems to be in order.
Automatic medical systems engaged.
All right, Gordon. Your suit should keep you comfortable
Administered.
through all this.
I can't believe I just did that.
Deliver to you in a few moments. If you would be so good as to climb up and start the rotors, we can bring the anti-mass spectrometer to 80% and hold it there until the carrier
I've never been able to get on this light before, actually. Yeah, you can go fast up this ladder and get on this light here.
Very good. We'll take it from here.
Power to stage 1 emitters in 3, 2.
Yeah, sorry, just had to move the window there.
Laser raised. Stage 2 emitters activating now.
Gordon, we cannot predict how long the system can operate at this level, nor how long the reading will take. Please, work as quickly as you can.
Overhead capacitors to
Medical
1.
attention.
Oh,
That wasn't intentional, I swear.
it's probably
It starts me all the way back here, too.
testing. Everything seems to be in order.
All right, Gordon. Your suit should keep you comfortable through all this. The specimen will be delivered to you in a few moments. If you would be so good as to climb up and start the rotors, we can bring the anti-mass spectrometer to 80% and hold it there until the carrier arrives.
2, 1. I'm seeing predictable phase arrays. Stage 2 emitters activating now.
Gordon, we cannot predict how long the system can operate at this level, nor how long the readings will take. Please, work as quickly as you can.
Overhead capacitors to 105%. It's probably not a problem. Probably, but I'm showing a small discrepancy in... Well, no, it's well within acceptable bounds again. Sustaining sequence.
I've just been informed that the sample is ready, Gordon. It should be coming up to you any moment now. Look to the delivery system for your specimen.
Alright, I'm gonna do the super slide. Wait, no, it's... You have to... just...
Get away from the
Shutting down.
There it is.
Attempted shutdown. It's not shutting down. It's not.
Unauthorized personnel.
Yeah, I think if you wait long enough here, he actually gets up. But I won't do that. Because I want to get into the game here.
Why didn't they listen?
We tried to warn them.
I never thought I'd see a resonance cascade, let alone create one.
Gordon, you're alive. Thank God for that hazard suit. I'm afraid to move him and all our phones are out. Please, get to the surface as soon as you can and let someone know we're stranded down here. You'll need me to activate the retinal scanners. I'm sure the rest of the science team will gladly help you. Lead the way.
Alright, we got the crowbar. I'm gonna do something funny here. Time it right. You could actually get in the elevator there. It's wonderful. Didn't want to do that, but okay. I guess I get the pistol early now. Heal up.
Power 15%. Power 30%.
Physics. I like the little detail, you can turn the alarm off. And there's a thing out here. I didn't actually know you could do that until not that long ago.
No! Stay back! Gordon!
So that's nice. Okay. Yeah. A lot of times I die getting crushed by that, and I don't know why. Yeah, you got that dynamic lighting. Actually, I imagine back in the day, this kind of lighting was very impressive. Like having it filter in like that was unheard of. But what's this supposed to happen? It- Why is he just hanging? What? What happened there?
I certainly hope you
Never
know
had
what
it.
you're doing.
Never had it bug out like that. It's weird.
Get back!
Okay, here's the first Ford gaunt. Come on. Seriously? I guess it's not like I needed him for anything.
I refuse to go another step.
Yeah, so normally I'm supposed to go up here and pull the lever, but I was just... It's great. believe what you're supposed to do here is you're supposed to go through the vent, right? But I noticed you can actually just go here, and then you're on the other side. I'll go the intended way. Yeah, so you can't stand up on this slope, which is weird. Yeah, and there's a funny thing you can do with this elevator here, or if you get out, that's like the map triggers on the outside of the elevator door or something, I don't know.
Who would have thought you'd still be alive?
But yeah, you can get here.
Seems still
I like how it opens after as well. Alright, dude. Come on. Yeah, for some reason the AI just doesn't even care if you do that. You can just... You can just have him walk right into it. For some reason, I don't know.
Ah, Freeman. I see you were in this match.
Ah, damn it. Just trying to save him.
Ah, you have one of the new AT, Gordon. If I'd known it was you, I'd have let you in. Everyone's heading for the surface. But I think they're crazy not to stay put. Someone is bound to come by and rescue us.
Here we are. Forget what's over here. Oh yeah, now I remember it's... There's a... Well, head crabs over here. Yeah, another thing I didn't know you could do until relatively recently. You just turn off the light and the water's not electrified. Oh, you can turn it back on. Yeah, but normally the water is electrified, but you can turn off the light and it isn't anymore, so... That's how you're supposed to do it, but I never realized that. Every time! Every single time. Nice. Brilliant. Yes, you can go under here. Just turn it off. Yeah, that's the thing I wish more games let you do. It's like, this is a threat. Just turn it off. There you go. Okay, don't expect me not to get hit by head crabs all the time.
Bring it on!
It appears the containment system is complete.
I forget what. I don't know, for some reason I remember having the shotgun by this point. I don't know why I remember it like that, but... I don't know, didn't you get shotgun? Now I'm curious. Now I have to...
Now, I wonder if those
I
boys
just want to
can make
check.
bigger
Oh, yeah, now I remember. Alright, well, let me go get that. That's another thing this game lets you do. You can go back here and... It's great. So yeah, here it is. It's a shotgun. This game has a great shotgun. Really good for taking on the Vortigaunts. Which I guess I already did that, but it'll be useful for taking the rest of them, I guess. Physics. I've done that joke twice now, I can't do it again.
Secure access transmission. Soldiers have arrived, and they're coming to rescue us. Of course, I have my doubts that we'll live long enough to greet them.
Man. Should play the source version, then the scientists would be like dancing and shit.
Hey, what the hell are you doing down here? Get topside! I hear troops are coming in to save us. I smell an ambush. We'd better be careful.
You might be right on that. Oh. Yeah, but it's here, actually. So you can go down there. Go through here. Yeah, it's weird, because it hasn't been that long since I played this game, but I feel like I'm forgetting everything about it again. But I guess that's good, which means I get to enjoy it more. Here's where you get your grenades. Give you 15 grenades, even though you can only hold 10. Clearing that. Oh. Jeez, how many did they put here? It's like... These are pummeling me. They're like grouping up on me. That's awful. These are one of my favorite early sections. I don't know why, but I really like the section in the freezer here. Like, come on. Got him.
Wouldn't you like to get one of these blood samples under a microscope?
Dude, I just broke the vent. Calm down. Yeah, by the way, I just have to ask, from what animal are these giant slabs of meat from? Does Black Mesa have, like, elephant meat in here? Why are there just giant slabs of meat in here? Like, just hung around. And, again, what animal would this come from? What animal just has this solid of a chunk of meat? Well, this is, like, fake meat. This is, like, the pink slime stuff or whatever. Like, I just don't know what this is. I never questioned it until now. But, really, what is this? I have no idea. None whatsoever. But that said, I mean, Black Mesa's... Like, Black Mesa's dealing with, like, Zen and aliens and stuff, so it's probably alien meat. I could see that. Actually, from some of the enemies later in the game, you'd imagine, right? Oh yeah, I forgot you have to go down here and... There's a lot of moving objects in this game. It's a lot of, like, trains and stuff, because Gold Source is really good at trains. Yeah. Like, just big moving things. Like, you have the tram ride in the beginning, you have this, you have 2 trains later in the game. One of them appearing multiple times, actually. I think... I forget if there's more trains. I forgot if it was this game or Blue Shift that had, like, train yard segments. I think there is at least one section that might take place in the train yard. But I don't know. I I don't know if that's just a thing they did for Blue Shift, or if this game has trains that has like a train yard in it. I don't remember now. Or it might have been Opposing Force that did that first, actually. I actually replayed Opposing Force recently, and that game has a lot of weird... Half-Life Opposing Force has a lot of weird levels in it. Like, this is one level where you're in, like, a really large field. It's, like, really open, and it's really... I just don't even understand it, because, like, there's, like, nothing in it. It's just big, empty space. I thought that shotgun ammo was a... head grab there for a second. Oh yeah, there's something here, I think. Yeah, if you go in, just... go in... I think it's over here. Maybe you can see something weird here. I might not have been here, actually. I don't know, I might be thinking of something else, but... yeah, there it is. You can, like, see the tongue through the vent. It's really weird. Because it, like, goes up into it, and it... since they're always mounted on ceilings. I really hate these vent segments with all the head crabs in it, because I always get hit by them. There we are. But I thought he was shooting at me. Dude. Did I say scientist run over there? Let's go talk to him, he can probably heal me. I don't know where he went. Oh, there he is.
Let's go. Ah, you've been wounded. Let's try this.
There we are. Thank you. Come on. Get out of here.
This is as far as I go.
Should I deal with
With my brains
should I deal with the AI today? I don't even know.
team.
At the pace I'm going, it's just gonna slow me down, isn't it? I don't know. Actually, if I bring him across the level trigger, he might be able to heal me again. I forget. I forget if they can heal you multiple times if you take them through levels. That's just like a different thing.
I'll stay here. Fine. You won't even
No, I guess not. I think I'm above the threshold anyway. Isn't there like a 50... it's like a 50 health threshold or something. Or I forgot there was 50. Actually, can you...
glad to oblige a fellow scientist.
yeah. Actually, why am I back here? Why am I back here now? Because I went over here. You're supposed to go over here and... yeah. Okay.
I'm going to stay here and wait for my colleagues.
Alright, well, how about you? You wanna come with me?
Okay, why not?
Cooperate today. Look. Is my game like bugged or something? Like, I only have like one mod installed on this, and it's just for the HUB hands. Nothing else.
Hey, stop that.
Yeah, sorry, I need to get this shotgun ammo. No, don't worry. There's more grenades in here. No, I'm not going to. Get this guy up here.
Hold on
Yeah,
longer.
the bad ladder physics will easily mess you up here. Just like that. You go too fast up this ladder, you'll just hit that light and ramp off it. You can really launch yourself off ladders.
For God's sake, open the silo door!
Yeah, there's a way to get this door open if you stop this guy, but I'm not gonna do that. This is really annoying. It's too late now, because if I reload the save, it doesn't work anymore, which is a really weird thing. It only works if it's your first time loading the map, but if you save and reload, then it doesn't work after that. So we're not getting that silo door open. Yeah. Just gonna... Yeah, whatever.
Emergency uranium container team to sector D.
Detected.
Thank God you're here.
Oh, whoop, I was muted. Gosh darn it. So, yeah, so to recap, yeah, military guys, bad guys, vent maze, forget what else? Oh yeah, in hindsight, so I'm moving kind of fast here, so maybe I shouldn't have picked Half-Life for my first game stream, but, yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter now. So I do like this game. I'm by no means good at any of the later sections, so just this beginning bit, and, like, I'll just wait until we get to, like, the... I forget what chapter it is, like, there's a section where you go above ground briefly, not surface tension, but... It's like a section where you go above briefly, I cannot speak English today. For the life of me. But yeah, there's a bunch of sections later that I'm not good at all. But these beginning bits, I've played them quite a bit, so I don't know how to do them. It's not like Black Mesa. Black Mesa, I can't get past this section specifically. I don't know why. So I could play Half-Life really easy, but for Black Mesa, I gotta play it on like easy difficulty, or else I just cannot get past it. I don't know, maybe I'm just more used to this or whatever, but... I don't know if there's any way to go across these conveyor belts any faster. Now, 100, 100, that's what I like to see. 100 health, 100 armor. Nothing else. Well, I have quite a few weapons, but, you know. Aside from that. And this guy back here. Get up. Wait. Oh. Oh, I thought I threw it back there, and he was, like, running into... I didn't even... What was that? Oh my gosh. Yeah, he didn't even move. Yeah, the AI in this game is great. Because sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's, like, really... I don't know, it's really inconsistent sometimes.
Don't shoot! I'm with the science team!
Ah, yes, wonderful strategy. Run directly at them. It's, No, I shouldn't say anything about that, but, like, the AI in this game is just... Wait, he's fine. Oh. Well, now he's not. Let me... Yeah, everybody knows they throw grenades way too much in this game. That's that. I don't actually mind that though. That's because you can huck them. You can huck them at them all you want. So I don't know. I don't see the problem with it. Hmm. Alright, yeah. Oh. This isn't hot potato. Oh. Whoop. Yeah, I criticized those scientists earlier, but look at me. Yeah, I do not play this game strategically at all. It's part of the reason why I opted not to play on hard for this. Because I thought about playing on hard, but playing this game on hard is kind of ridiculous. Like everything's a lot more... I don't know, everything's... Well, really, the only big thing about hard mode is that you get less health from stuff, and stuff's more tanky. But it's not even... Like, you don't get more enemies to fight, it's not really like Doom's difficulty settings. But, yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright, it's like 2 o'clock for me right now, so I'll probably stream for... here's the section I was talking about, but... I think I'll be streaming for, like, another hour at most. I don't know yet. I guess I'll see how it goes, but, I'm mostly just wanted to test the stream, see how it works. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch the VOD back, I guess. But I think I have everything set up right. So, I hope it's coming through for whoever's watching this here. But, yeah. I hope it's coming through. But if it's not, I guess I'll find out later. I did check it when I was at the beginning tram ride. And it did work. So it should potentially be working. Yeah, you don't even need to deal with these guys. No, you can just go down here, which is probably what you should do because there's a bunch of like nukes going off there. Yeah. Yeah, but this section always gave me a little trouble. I'll try not to die as much as... Try not to die too much, but... Oh yeah, this section's kind of annoying because you have the plane here. Just a straight shot to the bottom, though, really. It's gonna just go here. There's other stuff up there, but I don't really need anything, so... Ah yes, and here's what I'm talking about with the vent maze, where you can press E to open those. Never noticed that. Didn't know you could open up the vents like that. Yeah, you can go here. And this is one thing I really like about Half-Life, is that you can go see these other sections here, and... Oh. Yeah, for some reason you just rocket off ladders when you jump off them.
Killed 12 dumbass scientists and not one of them fought back. This sucks.
I think you can. Phantom bullet. Oh crap, I shouldn't have done that. No, 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 no. So yes, I kind of forget where you're supposed to go here as well. I think I've heard people say this section's like kind of annoying, and I understand where they're coming from, but I don't really find this section all that confusing. Like, usually I can figure out where to go, but it is a bit of a maze, I suppose. But like, here I just don't find it that hard. Well, I mean, there's that. You can sort of see it down there, and stuff. I normally don't have that big of an issue with it. I guess you gotta go back here, and... Okay, now I think I understand what people mean when they say this is a bit confusing. Yeah. But no chapter I don't really find confusing, Honor Rail. I actually really like Honor Rail. And I'm gonna say something that's, like... That would... I'm gonna say something that, like... People would villainize me for, right? I don't think Zen's that bad. Like the last chapter. Another thing is I usually tend to like bad things. Not like bad things, but like I can usually appreciate things of lesser quality, and I don't really know why. But I don't know, I actually found Zen kind of fun and like arcadey. It was weird. Part of it was also like I knew all the secret routes, or like all the sneaky paths, so I could avoid some of the enemies, and you know. I will say one thing though that I do not like about... Oh, here we are. I will say one thing I don't like about Zen is I don't really like the health pools, because they're so slow. So yeah, so here's what I was talking about. Actually, wait, can you go in here? Oh, no, you can't, but basically, you know, the scientist runs over here and then he runs in there and, you know, breaks that, but there's a way to, like, stop him and then push him over here and he opens the door for you. Or not, like, it's an exploit. It's not actually, like, a feature or anything, but you can, like, push him here, and his programming is saying, like, go here, and there's a thing inside his program where it's, like, door's in the way, so open the door, but there isn't, like, a check if the door's, like, supposed to be locked or anything for the player, so the NPC can just open the door for you. There's quite a few, NPC manipulation bugs like that in this game. Probably the biggest one being later in the game. Later in the game, there's a door, and you can get an NPC to open the door, and if you get stuck in the door, then it actually gives you health. The reason for that is that you have to escort an NPC in that section. And I think, like, the level designer didn't want them to die from getting stuck in the door. But they set it to be, like, -1 health, so it would actually heal the guard or whatever. When really it should have been... like, 0 health, or it shouldn't have just not done any damage. But they set it to add health instead. So if you get stuck in that door, then you get, like, infinite health. It's really weird. And sometimes NPCs actually can get stuck in the door, and sometimes you'll get, like, sometimes you get one of the soldiers stuck in that door. I've seen it, and they will just be invincible. It's crazy. So... zombie here. Oh yeah, another interesting thing here. There's a crowbar here, and I think there's a way to avoid getting the crowbar in the beginning, right? So, if you come back here, you might be able to pick up this crowbar, I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure on that, and definitely don't quote me on that, but for some reason I feel like I remember that. I don't know why. So you can just go down here. Yeah. Actually, I've been playing... you know what I've been playing a lot? I've been playing, well, not really recently, but, I played quite a bit of the, VR port of this game. Because I have an Oculus Quest, and there's a pretty good VR port for this game on it. It's called, I think it's called Lambda 1 VR or whatever. And so there's a great VR port of this game for Oculus Quest, and, I've been playing it quite a bit, and for a while it was one of the most immersive games I played, and it was, because that was a time before I figured out how to, basically, when I play VR on my computer, I have a program called ALVR, and that lets me stream, like, the video feed and the controller input or whatever, like, to and from the Quest over the internet, and that's so I can, and that's because I don't have a link cable or anything, and, you know, and it's pretty cool, so you can, like, stream it over the internet, and that's crazy that, like, technology is sort of advanced to that point, but it's really nice for wireless. The only downside being that there's a bit of latency, but I can live with that. But before I had that, this was, like, before I played Half-Life Alyx with that, this is probably the most, like, immersive VR game I had played, mostly because it wasn't, like, a lot of VR games kind of feel like tech demos, where, you know, the VR game, like, it will stick to one thing, and it usually does that one thing very well, or it'll have, like, one sort of gameplay loop, but it never really strays from that too much. Yeah, you can launch off here. But yeah, like, so the games kind of tend to feel more like, it's kind of like the thing that they show at, like, E3 or whatever. Or, not really E3, but, like, it just feels like a tech demo, like, it feels like something, whoop. It's a bit like those physics tech demos or whatever, where it's like, oh, it can shove, I don't know, 50 bananas in a bathtub or whatever. And, you know, it's supposed to show off physics or whatever. It feels a bit like that, where your games sort of tend to... Like, they do tend to have quite a bit more personality than that, but they do still kind of... Like, they leave you wanting more, really. Like, good examples are, like, Job Simulator. Like, Job Simulator's a good game, but once you've sort of played it for a bit, and you've played, like, the Infinite mode or whatever for a bit, like, you kind of... Like, it's not the kind of game that I go back to all the time, you know? Like, I guess what I'm saying is that there weren't really any big VR games. Definitely not on Quest. Except for Half-Life 1 VR, which is unofficial port, by the way, but, you know, but, like, right now I don't think there's any big VR games on the Quest. I think, that might be a lie. I don't know about every VR game, but I know there is, I think, I forgot what it was called now. It's slipping my mind, I can't believe it. Trover Saves the Universe, that's the game I'm thinking about. That game's sort of like a bigger VR game. By the way, that game's kind of cool, but I don't know if that game's actually the kind of game that I would want for VR, honestly. Yeah, it's just personally. Not that Trover Saves the Universe isn't a good game, but it's like a platform game. It kind of strikes me as the kind of game that doesn't need to be in VR. Which, I mean, you know, I say that and it has a non-VR version. So, you know. So I guess, what am I saying? I don't know, it just feels like a game that's not really... Like, that's... To my knowledge, that's like one of the only big games for Quest right now. And that's... Trover Saves the Universe. Like, for Oculus Quest specifically. But, there are some other games, of course, like you can... As I said, you can play Lambda 1 VR by, like, side-loading it onto your Quest, and you can play Doom on Oculus Quest. And as I said, I mean, there are ways of playing it, like you can do Oculus Link, or you can do what I do, and that's ALVR, or Virtual Desktop, or whatever. You know, and those methods tend to, well, those methods, they let you play on computer, they let you play computer VR games on the Quest. And they tend to do it quite well. So, yeah, for example, I've played Half-Life Alyx all the way through on Quest, and, you know, and that's good. But for a while, Half-Life 1 VR was, like, the most immersive VR game I played on it, just because it was, like, the only one that... It was the only one you could really consider long, and it wasn't even a VR game. That said, though, I don't really even like, porting non-VR games to VR, unless they're done very well, which I haven't played any that are done, like, super well. I've played Fallout 4 VR, but I don't think Fallout 4 VR does it really well. Part of the problem being that Fallout 4 is... For one thing, Fallout 4 is a game where you're gonna want to spend quite a bit of time doing just mundane things in it. So, the thing is with VR is I can only play VR for, like, an hour and a half, tops. But then, like, my eyes start hurting and I get a little nauseous, you know. And then, you know, and that's usually when I take a break, you know. It's good, you should take a break, like, every hour or so, right? But for... Excuse me. But for a game like Fallout 4 VR, you're gonna want to spend quite a bit of time just doing certain things, so, like... It's like if you just want to build something, or you want to, like, scrap a bunch of objects or whatever, or... Yeah, people who played Fallout 4 will know what I'm talking about, but... You just want to do a bunch of stuff. Like, you can't really do that. Like, you can't really do inventory management in that game. Like, it just takes way too long. So, anyway, I'll get back to talking about the game now. I can talk about that some other time. Yeah, but you have to get the power, oxygen, and fuel here in this. And so you have to fire the rocket, and... Yeah, this section always confused me for a while. And this is the thing about Half-Life, is that there's a lot of stuff that just... You don't really learn about it until quite a bit later. Or at least for me, I didn't learn about a lot of stuff, so... Basically, the idea of this section is that you're actually supposed to, like, sneak around. Like, there's an NPC that says, this thing hears us. And that's not a bluff. It's not a bluff or anything. He is being serious about that. You know. So basically, we're basically, as you can see, I'm sneaking past, and it's not attacking me. If I was, like, running around, it would be attacking me a lot. But, you know, but basically, like, different sounds it hears. And that's why I save your grenades, use them for this, because it hears you breaking that. But yeah, I think if you walk around, it also doesn't hear you. Oh, no, I think it does if you walk around. I'm all the way back here, but yeah. Oh, I think it's this guy. Yeah, be quiet, this thing hears us, that's what he said. And that's not, he's not lying. It can definitely hear you. You kind of just want to distract it. And there's a few ways to do that. I think... No, I don't think you can really shoot, because that's not how that makes... That's not how that works, but... You can throw grenades to distract it. And it's way easier to get through this section if you do that. Because, whoop. Alright, just run. Just go. Just go. Okay, there we are. I can find some health over here. But yeah, but that's something I never really figured out. Is that it? Is that actually won't really attack you if you don't, like, if it doesn't hear you? I never picked up on that. And I don't know if that's my fault or Valve's fault, but I don't know. There's a lot of moments like that in this game, and I think Valve did get better at that sort of thing. Like, Half-Life 2... Like, there's only one time in Half-Life 2 where I thought things just weren't really telegraphed very well. So yeah. Only really one moment like that in Half-Life 2, but in Half-Life 1 there's a lot of moments like that. Yeah, my mouth's starting to get dry. Should have brought some water or something, actually. I should have got a water bottle or something. I don't know. Actually, I have a lot of water bottles, but I don't like bottled water all that much, so... So, yeah. I don't know, I've been up for an hour 14. I feel like by this point, if I was playing casually, I would have stopped by now. Because I don't tend to play games for that long, like in one sitting. So, you know. I tend to sort of switch games quite a bit. Or like I'll play one game, and then I'll play... Like, I'll play Half-Life, and then I'll go play Minecraft or something, and then I'll play... I don't know, what games I've been playing recently. I've been playing a bit of Nightmare Reaper, a bit of... I've been playing a bit of Fallout 4, like, today, and... I don't know. The thing is, I don't know, I feel like I haven't been playing as, like, that much. Well, I have been playing Half-Life Alyx as well. And generally I tend to just switch games quite often. There's not really that many games that I, like, play, like, all the time. I mean, like, you know, if I want to play a game, then, you know, I'll play it, but, like, I find that, like, I don't really just stick to one game or anything. Like, I will, of course, like, play through games, but, like, sometimes I'll play through a game, take a break for a bit, and that's especially with, like, really big games, like, a game like Fallout 4. Like, that game... The thing is, Fallout 4 I also like because it's... Going back to the VR thing for a sec. Fallout 4 VR is also not really a good VR game, because Fallout 4 is the kind of game that I like to play just to sort of relax. Like, I just like to play that game and do, like, Radiant quests in that game. And I can sort of, like, and I can, like, do that for, like, hours. Just go back and forth and do, like, Brotherhood of Steel Radiant quests. So, Like, I can just do that, like, all the time, you know? But, yeah. But, yeah, but, like, to have that game as sort of a VR game kind of goes against sort of the whole reason why, or sort of part of the reason why I enjoy that. You know, I just think it's a good game to sort of chill out with. I don't know. I mean, of course, I do also play like other sort of chill games, like Minecraft, and that's about it, really. Oh, damn it! It's because I jump off the ladder there. It happens, but you know, but like, yeah. Question, but that's fine. But yeah. So what was I talking about? Dude, so my train of thought, it can always go forward, but it can never go backwards, I swear. You know, I mean, that's just how I operate, you know? I'm like... Can you hear me if I walk? I don't think it can, actually. Yeah, but yeah. Seriously, I'm doing it again. Seriously, like... Just... God damn it. Sometimes I just cannot remember, like, something I just said 2 seconds ago. Like right now, where I just immediately lose my train. Also, it's possibly because I'm trying to focus on the game as well. Like, I can play this game pretty autonomously, but, yeah, but sometimes I do have to focus, like in this section here. But yeah, anyway, that's kind of just how I operate, where I can barely speak English half the time, and, you know, and I always forget about stuff. It's just how it is, though, I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty new to streaming anyway, so, well, obviously, this is my first stream. And I'm a little socially awkward, but, you know. You know. I mean, truthfully, I don't know how any of this is gonna go, you know. I don't know if I'm gonna make any more streams after this. You know, just sort of testing the waters here, and another thing is like, it's kind of hard not to feel discouraged when I don't have, like, that many people watching. It's not that I only care about numbers or anything, because part of it is also, I don't know, I guess I just want people to enjoy my content and what I have to say, you know. So, you know, and part of live streaming is sort of having that engagement, you know, with the chat and with the community, so you know, so it's a little hard to stream because it's a little hard to sort of get into the zone when it comes to streaming like that, because, you know, just because of that, you know. But, you know, I mean, to be fair, I'm not really in my element anyway, but I tend to talk a lot when I play games even just by myself, and you know, I kind of always have done that. You know, which is why I think, I don't know, I think I'd be good at, like, live streaming. Like, I think I am gonna do this a bit more. I don't know how often, but, like, you know, sometimes I might just, you know, pop on live stream or whatever, and, you know, hop on Twitch or whatever, and just, you know, live stream. I mean, I guess how do you start a Twitch career, right? Well, I don't even know if I would want this to be, like, a career. No, we gotta do it properly. I need to let this elevator fall. Hey, come on. Oh. There we are. I don't even know if I'd want this to be, like, a full-on career or anything, because it's like, I don't know. It's kind of just a thing I do for fun, you know? But, you know. But I mean, you know. I mean, to be honest, to be brutally honest for, like, just 1 second, you know. If this did turn into a career, I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, you know, I spend most of my free time playing video games anyway, so, you know. But I don't know. I kind of just want to be humble right now, you know? And I don't really want to get ahead of myself or anything. Oh god, yeah, no, this... By the way, this section in VR... Ugh. Oh my god. Oh, don't even get me started. There was one section that messed me up for real, like... Like, it was this one section in On Rail where you're on, you know, a train and you're going up and around, like, this platform. And you're also fighting enemies, and it was just sensory overload at that point. That's the thing, like... That's the reason why Valve would never, like, officially port this kind of game to VR. Like, they would... Like, I don't think they ever would, you know? Because... Because, I mean, the thing about that is that... Like, this kind of game just doesn't even really work in VR. Well, it works in VR, but it doesn't really... I don't really know how to explain it. I still don't really know how to get down from here. Yeah, well, what was your name, Walter? This is the Walter scientist, right? Well, I guess we're gonna be friends now, because I can't figure out how to get down from here now. Actually, can I? Yeah, like, press the button. I can try going down here as well. Ooh. Yeah, you have that as well. But, you see that? Oh. Yeah, I'm used to having F9 be the quick load key, which... Oh yeah, by the way, I save a lot in games. Jeez. But yeah, I save scum a lot in games. I forget if you can... Oh yeah, you can just stand here, alright. Oh, then that's perfect, then I can just do that. There you go. Old... Good trick. But yeah, I tend to save a lot in games. One thing I do want to do, and I think I'll do this as like a YouTube series and not exactly a stream, is I want to try it and play all of like Doom and Doom 2, you know, with like fast monsters enabled. And if I die, then I have to start from the beginning of the level with pistol, so it's gonna be like no saving with fast monsters and stuff. Because I ain't never really done that before. I think that'd be a fun challenge, but I might do that as like a YouTube thing and not as a stream thing. I don't really know yet. That's a good question that I just came up with. Would I rather be like a YouTuber or like a streamer? I'd probably say streamer, because one of the things that I really like about streaming is sort of just general chat interaction is like a big thing that I enjoy about it. Is sort of like both being in chat and sort of the idea of interacting with chat. I mean, of course, I'm sure it's not all sunshine and roses, right? But just sort of that experience and, you know, just sort of being able to, you know, being able to talk, chat, and sort of, you know. And another thing is like, I don't know, call me lazy, but I mean, another thing is, I mean, if you stream, then, well, you don't gotta edit videos, do you? Unless I wanted to be a highlight streamer, because there's a lot of streamers, but they'll stream on Twitch, but then they'll make highlights of it later. Which, I could see myself doing that. I guess it kind of depends on the general feel of my streams as well, though, because... Yeah, there we go again. The thing is, there's some streamers where they have highlights, and I prefer to watch the highlights, and there's also some streamers where I much prefer to watch the full streams. You know, not naming any names, of course, but, so don't worry. But, you know, but there are certain streamers where, you know, I like watching them for the full streams, and I like watching them for the highlights. You know. And I guess it kind of just depends on the general feel of it. I mean, I don't really know how to explain it, but that's just kind of how it is. So I don't really know. I guess it also depends on just, like, if people want to see highlights of it, you know? If people want to be able to watch full highlights, then I might... Or full streams or highlights or whatever. I think I might post this, like, on YouTube as well. Like, VODs or whatever, right? Because Twitch doesn't say VODs past, like, 2 weeks, so... So, you know. Which, I mean, I understand why, but it is a little unfortunate, because... Sometimes you just want to watch, like, a stream from, like, a million years ago or whatever. I don't know. I mean, that's fun. Reminds me of, like, in Garry's Mod, where you just get, like, the paint... You get, like, the paint tool or whatever. And you just, like, choose one decal and you just go... Yeah. Actually, I never really understood the... Well, now I remember, but I was about to say... Yeah, I didn't really understand the point of the paint tool, because you can't really use it to just apply singular decals. There it is again. You can't use it to apply singular decals, but now I remember, you actually can. Also, I've just gone the complete wrong direction. You see, that's why I should be focusing on the game right now. I literally just... My mind just completely trailed off. Like, I was completely on autopilot there for a second. That's just crazy. But yeah. So yes, I've been live for about an hour 30. I don't know. I'm starting to get like... Yeah, but we can fire the thing here. I don't know where I should stop. Just I cannot remember the... I cannot really remember the series of events in this game. Like, I can remember it vaguely, but... Yeah, wow, but But I do forget what section's up after this. I think it might be, I don't know. Like, I don't exactly remember the progression. That's the thing that's lovely about Half-Life games, is I cannot tell you where one section begins and one ends. Aside from, like, just where the chapters start. Which I actually feel that a bit less with Half-Life Alyx, actually. Like, with Half-Life 2... Actually, Half-Life 2 as well, I think part of it is just... Half-Life kind of has... I think part of it is that Half-Life kind of just has less variety than Half-Life 2, and... Even Half-Life Alyx 2 to some extent. Where, like, I feel like some of the environments start to feel a little samey after a while. Because it all takes place in generally the same area. I think part of that is just due to Half-Life's age and the fact that it was Valve's first game. Like, I kind of have to cut Valve some slack when I complain about Half-Life, because it was their first game, so... Of course, I mean, you know, their second game, or at least I think their second game, you know. Like, of course, we all remember Ricochet. Ricochet, honestly, like, best Valve game, no doubt. I can't wait for the sequel. Like, I really hope that comes out at some point. But, yeah. I don't know when Ricochet 2 is coming out, but I hope it comes out soon. But aside from that, yeah. Unoriginal joke, I know, but... Okay, here's section. Pipe drops down. You have to land directly on the table, or else you die. Come on. Come on now. There we are. Yeah, no health anywhere. Alright, well... Yeah, I think... Okay, yeah, so it's sort of this section. It's sort of like the factory area, I guess. Well... I don't really know if this is a good stopping point. I don't know. I guess I could go a bit longer. I guess it doesn't really matter, though. I mean, you know. Yeah, I realize I shouldn't try to push myself to make really long streams or anything, because it's just not how I operate. Actually, yeah, this is... Okay, now I remember, this is, like, the beginning of On Rail, actually. Yeah, I think this is a good stopping point, so... yeah. Just gonna save this, and... quit. So, yeah. That was, you know, like, the first quarter of Half-Life, I guess. So, you know, big thank you to, my, one viewer. But, you know, I would say that's a good first stream, you know? But I'm feeling tired now, so we go for about an hour and a half, so guess I'll stop now. Yeah. All right.